What's the deal? What up, gang? What goes on? I feel like it's loud in my headphones. Looks I'm moving from one country to another. I've been not inactive. I've been not trading inactive on YouTube and trading, but I'll let you know. You are an amazing guy, brother. Hug. Oh, let's hug it out. That was a good hug. Yeah, we're not trading this chop, chat. I know you guys are like, oh, he's half hour late. No, we're just not trading this chop. Yeah, 30 close. I'm just, once again, not trading this chop. Because I don't know if we're going to create a top wick for the 1 hour or if we're creating a bottom wick here for the 30. So, but what we can do is mark off our ranges, right? We filled the daily wick to the upside. We'd never grabbed the bottom wick. 4 hours maintaining structure. The lower time frames are starting to hold up a bit. That might not even be it. Might be higher. Yep. I think we'll go off to 15 or the 5. Jesus, these are massive. Massive, massive ranges. Yeah, I think this is how we're going to look at it. All right, so we are in range 1, moving bullish. This entire thing for me is a range. This entire thing for me is a range. Range 2, for now, sells look like below here. So if the market just tanks, all right, we'll follow the sells down and we'll have entries on closures below here for now, which I don't think will happen. It's highly unlikely for that to happen. What I believe will happen is we will get a chance to break up above this area, right? And we'll either hold that former resistance as a support, right? And we'll continue on our merry way up, at which point we will look for positions on breaks of highs, okay? But after the market attempts to come back down in range, or we will look for positions when it comes back down in range and either drops into here, and we can look for positions as a range 2 breakout, because now you've created a range 1 up here, this range 2 below this area, range 2 breakout, right? That's number 2. Another thing we can look for is once we break back down in range here, as long as we close below this little area, so we'll need to get a closure like this. As long as we can hold and find a support and eventually drive off a resistance, right? If we can get something like this is when we can trade this earlier range. We would have to look for a slingshot off resistance levels here, and then we can take these flips coming down. Okay, it would look like this. Next, let's just run through all of the possibilities that we can look for here, right? Or if we decide to come down and we can't, and we're waiting for this area, we can trade within here. If we get something like this, something that we just had earlier that I showed you, but as long as it prints here and creates a range too, we want to drive off a resistance. To drive off a resistance, we're going to have to find a support, right? So bullish candle will indicate support. As long as we can break that bullish candle, then that's going to be our drive. Who's making noises here? Is that LaShawn? I think that's LaShawn's iPhone. Mute yourself, fellas, if you're gonna be like eating or laying down or enjoying whatever you're enjoying eating, enjoying laying down. I don't know, it sounded like he was yawning and eating at the same time, so I couldn't tell. But something like this, so we can trade within this range, right? It's pretty massive, it's big ranges, but they don't also, the candles don't exactly have to print like that. They have to logically give you the same price points, right? They have to tap the same price levels or those price levels in that order. There has to be a workflow of things, and that workflow starts happening, right? Usually after A and B you get C, right? After C you get D. So the more of that workflow that happens, the more predictable the next step gets, right? So if we get what we want, if it starts printing like we want it, we'll know how we want to play it. Someone clip that? Which part? LaShawn's grunting? Which part do you want to clip? Knicks Celtics tonight. Yeah, I know. Buys above range 1 are not in order because it would not be a range 2 breakout. Can you explain how ranges change if price moves? Buys above range 1? No, we can buy above range 1, right? So we're determining the ranges here based on direction, right? So if we're bullish right now, then range 1 is here, and the previous range is range 2. Well, you can drive above range 1, but if you're going to look for a reversal or a play or a short here as the market's moving up, you're going to need a range 2 breakout. That's the only way to trade against the daily bias. Well, it's kind of weird though, because the daily closed in decision, but our overall bias is bullish, right? Reset trades. Yes, you're right. Chat, I said we're gonna have some trades in the signal channel yesterday at the end of the hour, but like we didn't even finish the live stream. We were on the outro and there were signals already. I was like, oh shit, we're still live. Could have called this on stream. So oh man, it's all right though. A lot of people caught a lot of trades yesterday. Hello, opposition. There was a good position that I missed, but I was on the phone with somebody at like 11:30 or like 10:30. I don't remember what time. I think it was 11:30. It wasn't the hourly closure. It was the 30 closure. I remember that. And I was on the phone with somebody, just needed to get stuff done, and fucking missed it. I came back. I was like, fuck. Been waiting for this on the hourly. It happened on the 30. So then I just turned off my PC and went to get some frozen yogurt. Frozen yogurt to make myself feel better. You looking at charts all day? No, I only look at charts till around 10:30. But we started like 8:30 here, so maybe till 11 today. We don't really have a catalyst to drive, so we might see a late move. We'll see. All right. The only thing we have right now we can base our trades on the 4-hour closure, but that's not a catalyst, right? That's just the closure on the candles. But NYSE open at 9:30, and then we have London close at 11. So then there's not much, to drive the market besides levels. And so far we've been in a range. So, like every candle up, down, up, down. Look how many 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is the 9th hourly candle in a row that we're printing side by side. So we're gonna have to, right, see some volume. This is a 90 pip range. So just because it's driving up and down, this doesn't mean volume. The volume will be the closure outside this range, right? Then we can say, all right, volume coming in because we were able to close outside the range, right? Once we have that closure, it doesn't mean it's a buy, right? If it closes above the range, doesn't mean it's a sell. If it closes below the range, it means lock in. We now have volume. Let's figure out direction. Okay. Feel like, oh, it closed above, we can look for buys. No, it closed above, it has enough volume, drive out the range. Now it could fake out, or it could stick here for a couple of candles and then drive, or it could drive immediately. It's up to you to figure out when that drive is. All right. And that just, a lot of it is based on experience. A lot of it is based on recognizing what you've seen before, right? That's why it's key to spend time on the charts at the same time every day, right? Because the same catalyst, the same moves play out at the same time every day, right? 2 p.m. doesn't play out like 9 a.m. every day, but 9 a.m. plays out like 9 a.m. every single day. There's only a certain amount of ways the 8 and the 9 a.m. candle can close and open, right? You figure out you're only here for those 2 candles. You're here for this candle that's happening right now and the next candle. So if you can figure out every possible way that they can close during its, in its session, or, during different cycles in the year, just this candle and the next candle, that's basically our session, whatever happens on the next candle here. Right? If you can focus on those 2 candles, it'll make your life a lot easier. You're here every single day, same time, for those 2 candles. The 8 a.m. candle can only close a certain amount of ways. The 9 a.m. candle can only open a certain amount of ways. And once you figure that out, it's going to be so much easier. Because over time, you're just going to see every possible printing, every possible way printed. You're going to figure out what to lock in on and what's just noise to tune out. Hold on a sec, fellas. Nice bottom wick here on the 15, right? Yeah. I don't know. Maybe this is something we would trade if like none of this was here, right? If this was like our initial drive up the range and we came down, form support, yeah, I can see taking that buy here on the flip, right? Retesting the highs. But we've created a fucking shit show over here, right? This is like this right here. This is driving through the neighborhood nice and peacefully. Maybe even wave to a few people. But like you don't want to drive through the neighborhood again once you've caused a fucking major accident right the fuck here, right? If you caused a major accident right here, this is not you driving through the neighborhood peacefully. This is you not knowing if you're gonna make it to the top of the range. You might get fucking popped. Because you just caused this whole big ass fucking accident right here behind you. Right here. But if you didn't cause this accident, yeah, we could be fucking just driving peacefully through the neighborhood, right? Just none of this happened. Pretend it never happened. So it gets tough. It gets tough. It's not, this right here is not a peaceful drive through the neighborhood. So let this shit play out and then what candles are important to pay attention to? Everything, every time frame from daily to the 1 hour and the candles that you're on for, the candles that you're trading. Those are the ones that are the most important to pay attention to. I've just noticed that over the years that like the highest volume candles tend to be the 8 and the 9 a.m. candles throughout the day. That's it. And if that's where the catalysts are, that makes sense, right? Most of the news shows up at the 8 and 9 a.m. candles. 8:30 and 9:15, 9:30, 9:45, 10. Those are the candles historically you want to trade. Pick one that's closer to your broker, Top G. Whatever's closer to your broker's price. I have big discrepancies sometimes, but they typically happen during like news events. If there's discrepancies or if the price is off. Rain possible in the next few hours? Well, this shit's gonna have to wait. My joint's outside. Yesterday's candle was massive. Which one? That's the 10 a.m., right? Yeah, 10 a.m. depending on. So yesterday volume came in a bit later. This was 8 and 9 and then 10 fucking pop. Pop, pop. The 10 went hung, 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 hung. Look, man, I don't know what kind of candle make that noise. Still trading my account from overseas? Yeah, don't switch from your account from overseas. You have an overseas passport then. Yeah, keep that motherfucker. It all depends where your passport's from. Like if somebody's from like Spain, right? And they have their own broker over there, whatever they can trade, or from England, you can trade whatever you want, right? In the UK, if you come here for vacation, that doesn't mean you can't trade your broker. It's really about your residence. Where do you maintain your residence? So, I think you're good. Someone's early for tomorrow. New Zealand. Oh, it's beautiful over there. Can you do a haka for our stream? Can you teach us a haka? Or is that not from New Zealand? It's from Iceland, right? Or something. Kia Orwix. That's a good car. It's a good car. It's okay. Well, Kia Ora to you too. I know what the fuck it means. It means be healthy. Still a good car though. Why the fuck so many Kiwis up at this time? Yo. Can somebody teach me a haka? I want to yell at people at the airport. Yeah, it really depends on where you are, right? In some places, like, you'll do it and, like, everyone will join in. And in some places, you'll end up doing, like, 2 weeks in bookings, right? Your ass will be carried away in handcuffs. Damn, a lot of New Zealanders. What the hell's going on? You can trade any 15. It doesn't matter if it's the last 15, if as long as everything lines up. But and you just typically, historically, like if you've pushed the last for the 4 hour, the last 15 will be a little pullback to give you a wick, but it doesn't have to be. It's not necessary. We haven't done shit. We're just indecisive on the last few candles. Could the daily flip and drive down? It can, but it can just as well drive up and not flip. It's a pretty heavy push, right? I see no indication of either right now. And when this is just noise. Just because you're here doesn't mean you have to trade, right? This is just noise. Tune it out. Wait for what you need to trade. If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen. Just because you're here for 2 hours doesn't mean you need to place a position just to feel like you've done something here. We do haka at airports all the time to welcome people home or farewell. Yeah, well, you do that shit here. You do that shit in Miami, you're getting carried out in handcuffs right out the airport. But I still want to learn it. I'm trying to yell at people. I'm just trying to yell at people and have it be something nice, right? How often do you get to like just completely just spaz out on somebody and it's like a nice thing? Just spaz at people in public places and be like, nah, it's a haka, bro. It's just a haka. Welcome. You ever take a quick snip in a range? Yeah. Just not here. This ain't it. This ain't that range. I would say lock in for the 4-hour close, but there's nothing to lock into. We're mid-range. You could probably take a buy and a sell and win on both positions here right now. Anybody willing to try? Take one for the team. Take one for the stream. Nice. W Eddie. We learned to do the haha. Huck. Took buys earlier, got stopped at B 3 times. Yeah, gotta wait. The money candle coming up in 2 minutes. I honestly think that's the cowboy candle coming up. I think the money candle is going to be after the next candle. Richie at the door. People at the Zoom door. Come on in. How much time we got left? We got 2 minutes? Chat, you know what I could do in 2 minutes? I bet you none of you can guess what I can do in these 2 minutes. Oh shit. I just got a weather warning that it's gonna rain. I walk outside and it's fucking... God damn. It's brighter than a closet of a Tinder model. This is fucking crazy. Why so bright? Do anything for the four. Roll fat joint, eating a ball of fried noodles. Wix, the difference between me and you is that I am cooking people like you in the market.
Wait a minute. Who are you?
Bro, no, honestly.
You know what the difference is between you and me? I make this look good.
That's the only difference between us. You can't cook people in the market. If you are not sure how the market works, even though it's a zero-sum game and on one end there's a winner and on the other end there's a loser, me and you are never competing because that money is in the market. It's in a pool, right? So there's never direct competition, one versus the other, right? It's really, I told you, don't compare yourself with anybody. There's no grind against any other trader. The hustle is against poverty. That's it. Your only grind is against poverty and not to be better than me or worse than me or cook anybody. That's it. Now, where's my cookie thing? I mean, we're still in this range. We're still printed side by side. Let's just wait for an indication of volume. Let it drive up. Let it make the initial move. Let it make the first move, right? Let it make the initial push. I mean, you can guess where it's gonna go. You can say, all right, it's gonna go below. You can go, but you'll be, once it makes the push and closes, you'll have a lot more data at your disposal to make a higher quality decision. For our bullish 2 hours of bearish close, the hourly closed in range. Yeah. Instead of alerting AFK, that's what I would probably do if I wasn't live streaming. That's what I do in Asian session. Honestly, I don't even set alerts anymore. I used to do that, but now I know what time it is, so I'll show up for like, 9:30, 10 p.m. What up, Kenny? DXY is up. That doesn't mean gold will drop. We've seen plenty of times where both are up, both are down. It's not really a be-all, end-all to determine the relationship here, of gold versus the dollar. Yeah, pretty easy, Adam. I used to say that same thing. Like, how do you not know? Like, it's gonna go up and down. Like, it's pretty easy. Like, if it's going up, you take a trade, buy. If it's going down, you just it's when you just start trading. and you have logic and shit makes sense, and then shit stops making sense. Do I flip the tape? All right, fuck it, let's do it. You guys ready? You guys ready to witness history? We're pushing to all-time highs. We're about to witness history here. History. Very nice sentiment. You're one of a kind, but keeping it real. It's smart money versus dumb money. I mean, I don't even know what smart money is. Or dumb money. Like, we gotta define those things. They probably, like, smart money means different things to, like, everyone here. Dumb money means different things. It's just, I don't look at things like that. It's just like, why be so? It's just like, you come here to take a W. We can all win, honestly. Honestly, we like literally we can all win. That's why it's like it's not a competition. I mean, I know it's a zero-sum game eventually, right? But that money is in a liquidity pool, and we can all be winners. But we say this all the time, man, right? Obviously, it's not a team sport. It's a very individualized activity, right? We have different perspectives. Our relationships with money are all different, right? We come from different backgrounds. We have different values, different principles, you know, different triggers, different emotional triggers, you know. So yeah, very, very individual activity. That's why people look for outs and to do it with somebody, even though it really, the focus is on yourself. So I say, like, a lot of times to be able to get good at this, you really got to vibe alone. You got to be comfortable with being by yourself, on your own, alone, making decisions with while taking the responsibility for making the decision. New all-time highs? Not yet. Not yet. What's the difference between yesterday's buy stop and break of all-time highs and today if it breaks? I said this before. Yesterday, we still, well, I think all-time highs were down here, but you see we were pushing. We continued pushing. And even then, I don't know, we kept breaking all-time highs, and even then, the way it broke, we needed a pullback, a heavy pullback to take entries. Over here, I don't know. Over here is just ranging, retesting all-time highs. I just find that on the retest of all-time highs, it doesn't really break after a strong pullback like this. It'll create this double top. It'll pull back on the double top, and then next time it gets there, it'll blast through it. Like, even right here, right? Next time it got there, it didn't. You see how it pulled back here to the previous range's highs? Came back up, it didn't blast through it. It came back down, and then it just, you could have sat through a couple of these. Over here, it didn't blast through. It came back down, and then over here, see, it didn't blast through it. It usually creates this little double top area, and then on a pullback, it'll take off. Because on a higher time frame, right, if it rejected heavily, right, let's say none of this exists and you're just pulling up to this high, right, you've created, if this is a strong level, right, next time it shows up over there, if that is a strong level, you're going to have to see some play at that level, right? So if you're going to see some play at that level, but it's not going to hold, obviously you're going to pull back a little bit. You're not going to have one of these drops. You'll pull back a little bit. That's the play at that area. And then you'll blast right through it. And that's what tends to happen every time we break all-time highs. It's the candle that breaks, it's not the one that drives. Unless it like ranges for a while. So I would look for another pullback, right? I would look for a break of the high. That's how I was looking at all-time highs. Great. All-time highs, pull back to these areas again. And next time we break, that's when I'll take it, right? So if we were able to push through right now, I wouldn't take it. I would wait for the rejection to come back in range, which is typically what happens, right? So there would be, all right, let's look at it. It doesn't mean that we can't trade in that area. So let's go over this, right? If we, because we have plans for all of this, right? So if we break this right now and we start breaking all-time highs right here, I'm not taking this. I'm going to wait for this to reject because I don't believe that's the drive. And we're going to come back down into the previous range for that support. And if we can do that, right, I'll look for this. We can either establish a support at this area or back at this area. So if it does that, and I don't care if it bounces off of here or off here, it doesn't matter. If we can get that, I'll take this. If we break out that high. Now, if it just continues driving, that doesn't mean I'm gonna wait for that pullback in range, because right now at this point, let's say we are driving from here. I'm not taking this break of all-time highs here, but I'm gonna let this do this, right? And if it can do that, the next candle will not. The next candle will not just go like this. It'll create a top wick. So if we can get an advantage point of a bottom wick on the next candle, if it's at least 10 pips to the flip, and then we can have a runner to, you know, to then flip this where you would go break even on the flip, right? And then your runner is the fill of the wick. If it decides to push heavy, right, on the break of the highs, which is typically not the case, but if it is, that means there's enough volume, and right, because that candle, if it does decide to come down here, right, either it's going to come back up, give you a top wick, and then come down, or it's going to close with no top wick. You have your pineapples at a support, and you know the next candle is going to need to make a top wick in order to drive. Something's going to need to make a top wick in order to drive, because you don't just tap an area and drive straight the other way. We just said market doesn't move in straight lines, right? It moves up and down. Someone said it earlier. And you will have your opportunity to manage risk. Capiche?
Remember it. Write it down. Take a picture. I don't give a fuck.
Increasing progress, good shit, got molecule. Makes sense, alright. Can it push to 3,000? By the end of the year, I think we'll be there. Okay, we expect 4-hour bearish flip. Okay. Let it flip bearish. Bearish. And it'll make a decision, right? We need to get the hell out of this range. I saw Don at the gym. That's straight cap. You know you capping it. Cap. Whoever lose trade is GSY. Okay, alright. Cap USD. Oh man. Came up. Maybe it'll come down. I mean, I hope it comes down. Like, I hope it comes down and grab some more orders, but I hope it does that after it breaks the highs here. You're going to be trading Cap USD tomorrow? Nice. Get ready, it was down, why down? No, I wanted to come back down, grab orders after it breaks all-time highs here. And if you're trading that, that's more of a cowboy entry if you're taking sells on this resistance, but like, hey, it could work out. Think about it. If this doesn't break, right, so you can take a sell right now, have a 13 pip stop, which is nothing, right? Or you can wait for it to come up all the way up there, have like a 2 pip stop right at the very tip of this wick. Next thing you know, this shit blasts up for like 200 pips. Slippage. Think about it, like 5 pip stop right now. You take a sell right here. It's a nice strong resistance. All right, chat. I'm joking. Don't fucking do it. Five pip stop, bottom of the range here, like 90 pips. I hear it. Half of you are full margin right now. Nah, because there's no guarantee it rejects here, right? It could just be a waste of 5 pips in commission. The Jets stunk it up last night. Or 2 nights ago. About to witness history, gang. Here it comes. There it goes. Ooh. I feel like that little emote. Like this. The emote. Emote. Damn, you see, you should have waited till you got right up to that wick and take that shit. Getting tired of history? Yeah, because it's like watching reruns. It's like watching the same Friends episode like 18 times. After a while, this shit's not funny anymore. Am I still open trade or not? It's maybe. I don't know if this pushes. Let it push. I'm not looking for positions here on the rebreak of the highs. You can look for them. I'm gonna look for it to pull back right now, or I'm gonna look for it for a heavy push, and then I'll enter on the next candle after a heavy push. I don't know, the 4 hour doesn't have a bottom wick here. It does, but it's minor. Like, look at that. The previous 4 hour did come down, grab orders. So, I mean, price points were tapped. Oh, the daily, no bottom wick. I don't know. If it pushes heavy here, then I won't be in it, but I'll lock in. And I'll wait on the next candle, right? Because this can close here with no top wick. Next thing you know, NYSE blue. If we can push up now in the next 5-6 minutes and then create a bottom wick, right, then I'll say, all right, with NYSE open, we're going to fill the wick. We never get a good bottom wick in bigger time. Yeah, we do on the 4 hour all the time. It's just today we didn't. Today you're in a range on the 4 hour. This isn't a rejection yet either, right? There's just, right? It's just showing a reaction at a resistance, but that doesn't mean it's rejecting. It's a minor reaction here so far. There's plenty of cowboys here in both directions, in buys and in sells. No, no trades yet, Wario. Could this be it? Beat low-key fire? Yeah, I like it too. Selly. You got this, KG. Stop loss hunting pattern. You figured it out. Nah, this is that history making pattern. This is where we make history. Come on, go. Let's go. Breaking out of ranges is a good indication of volume. It's a good indication of direction. Respect of an area. So once you break out of this range, what are you breaking out on? Based on what? A candle closure and a level that you have identified, right? Now you're either going to drive back in range or you're going to respect that area, right? And that's going to give you direction. You're either going to hold the support or you're going to break down below support, and it's going to turn into a resistance. Like for example, let's say this candle closes like this. I'm not taking a trade to fill this wick because it wasn't a massive push down. You're expecting a drive back down, but if then you get closures like this, yeah, you're gonna get a bearish closure here like that, right? But that bearish closure just respected this area, so now I'm starting to look at it as a support. So now if we closed at a support and we get this movement, we don't break this low here, keeping up with the higher low, higher high, you know, candle pattern here. Once we flip, I'm gonna be in there. We held support, we held the low, we're flipping bullish, we got range to drive in the shape of this wick as an advantage point, and everything else is just your honor. And like as we were talking about all these things that you need to see, like whatever you think is important for you to see in your trade, write it down and then create that checklist and go down the checklist. Did I get this? Did I get that? Did I get this? Is all of this happening? If it is, yeah, go. You know, you should have more confidence in your in the position you're going to take then versus the position you would take just, you know, impulsively. NYC open right now, right as we speak, 9:30. 1 minute ago. We closed that resistance. I mean, you can say we close, like, if you move the level over here, you closed above it, I guess. Depends how you have the level, but I have it up here. And we didn't close above. Where's Eddie? Not on Zoom. Oh, hope he's good. Wait, have you seen him in the... He was in the YouTube side before. Yeah, he was here. Alright, pushing, pushing, pushing. Well, NYC open, I guess you have a catalyst. If you start breaking all these highs, you might see a heavy push up, right? But we still have no closure. I'd be a lot happier if there was a closure above and NYC open and this bottom wick and then re-break the highs. Maybe we could say with volume, right? And in the closure, we'll get our, in the break of the highs, we'll get our little bit. Get our little piece. Yesterday, stop stream big move started. Yeah, we called it in the signal channel. We had some sells in the signal channel. Could have had more sells, but I was on the phone. I'm in this bitch. You working, right? Yeah, I think Javier's working too. Who's ready to witness history? What are we saying? 27.45 next stop? No, I'm not in here. I'm gonna wait on this to push. We'll wait on it first, either to push or to close above. Yeah, we haven't had either. Or a pullback for a bottom wick. Yeah, nothing's happening. Just kind of casually driving up, re-breaking highs. There we go. Huh? Did we break? I think we did. There we go. New all-time highs. New all-time highs. You guys just witnessed history. W. Someone move this shit. I'm waiting for a closure above the range. That's what it did here too, right? Yesterday. Boom. Right there. All right. All-time highs. It happened right at this time too on this candle. Right here. This was 9 a.m. 9:30. And it's 9:30. Right now, same candle. It broke that all-time high on the same candle and then came down. Same shit happens at the same time. 2 p.m. is not like 9 a.m. from yesterday, but 9 a.m. is like 9 a.m. from yesterday. Pulled back. Here's an attempt to drive back down. But we still don't have that closure above the range. Fucker. On the 5. And no top wick. I don't know. Yeah, I think it should still come up. We'll see. We'll see. Need some closure. Hold on, gang. I'm gonna save my joint. I saved it. It started pouring rain, but I saved the J. Wow, right on time. I heard that rain hitting the window. I was like, that ain't the door, motherfucker. Can't come in. Oh, let's go. You see the lighter got wet though. Now I can't light this bitch. About to throw this lighter in the microwave. See what happens. Treat it like the joint. Nah, fuck that. Let's go out in the rain. Let's see. It's not that bad if you stand under the mango tree. Our volume song. This is the song from yesterday that took us to all-time highs. Let's go, everybody. Hands up. You guys don't have a joint. This one's for you. Yeah. No, no trades yet. Not yet. What are you gonna do, Gold? Broke the highs, came back down in range, closed bearish, back in range. I don't know if it's holding this as a support, right? This it might be holding this area as a support, but I really want closures above here. See, it would make sense to push here. Like if our line, we would have probably buy stops here if this is how I had it marked off. But I can't. The smaller time frame has a level up here, and I don't want to disregard it. Because I'm okay with missing it, right? But I'm not okay with taking an L on something that I was, you know, bringing it down here and disregarding that time frame, knowing it's there. I'll be pissed. I'll fuck with my mindset. And even then, even if we do get what we want, I'd rather be in a bad situation according to plan than in a bad situation and no plan. Feel me? But just like candle wise, not if you're disregarding levels, candle wise, it makes sense to come up now and push on the rebreak of the high. There's nothing here, right? You rebroke all-time highs, and now a rebreak of that. You've come down and grabbed orders. You gave it a chance to drive back in range. Now a rebreak of that high. Just drive, but I still haven't seen a closure above. And I'd want that as an indication of volume, that we have enough, you know, volume to push without any red folders on the day. Yeah, 15 just closed above. It did. That's good. It also filled the range right away, so there's no advantage point for me if it breaks down, right? So at this point, if we come back down in range and then re-break the high, now that the 15's closed above, right? I would need to grab more orders, and then if we re-break the high, I'll have a buy stop on re-break of the highs. So this is good. If it pushes up, great. Because if it doesn't come back in range, it'll leave you some range to trade up, right? Hopefully. The heavier the push, the better. $27, $54, and $52 are important. Then the last 15. What? I don't know what's important about up here. It's 180 pips above all-time highs. The 5 was a lit candle here too. This 15 closure would be an hourly closure as well. US election, it would be correct to say that what we see here is the interpretation of every trader in the world. You know, it's their interpretation of what's going on in the world, right? It's just the total collective psyche of all the traders in the world is being reflected here in the charts. And at that point, it's how each person individually determines what happens. I don't think people are looking specifically at the US election. I think it's just one of many catalysts. It's just, you know, the two wars, the Middle East war, the Ukraine war, the instability that's going on between China and Taiwan, and, you know, America has a vegetable for president, right? And it's just, a lot of countries have really weak leaders, like Canada and France, and like, you know, like Macron, Trudeau, Schultz in Germany, right? So it's like people don't trust their politicians. People don't trust what's going on in their countries. People are, you know, are turning to safe havens. It's global. It's not just a US thing. Okay, we're gonna wait on this 1 hour to close. There's 7 minutes on this 1 hour candle. Curious to see if this 15 stays bullish or flips. If the 15 flips, that turns to 30 bearish, which wouldn't make sense. It would make sense for this to close bullish and the hourly to close bullish. We gotta see. I gotta wait. 6 minutes. Nice, Kenny with the too fizzy. All right. Why some all-time-highs have, some don't. I don't know. Don't know why. I just know that that's what happens. We did flip bearish here for a second on the 15. Minutes. We're back in range. I don't know. We need a closure outside this fucking range, yo. The fuck? Flip bearish, 15 flip bearish. But I said it's really key how this 15 reacts here. Shit might still come up too. I don't know. We'll see. That's a nice strong rejection back in range. We'll see based on the closures. Because the hourly's still bullish, right? Even though the 30 is bearish, even though the 15 is bearish. Hourly never flipped. 4 hours still bullish. It might. We'll see. Just wait for it to do so, right? Don't predict the flip. Wait for the flip to happen and have a plan for if it does. It's the only numbers today. Orange folder. Yeah, I'm not trading it like it's a red folder. I'm not even getting ready for that. What's interesting here is we might see a no bottom wick closure on the 30, indicating no more range down. And we might see a bullish, well, I don't know. I don't know. That is not what you would call a really bullish 1 hour. That's fucked. That's not too fucked. If we get a bottom wick and a bullish flip, that is a strong rejection though at the last second. Also flipped the hourly bearish. But now look at it this way. The hourly and the 30 closed with no bottom wick. Yeah, you would expect a bottom wick and a drive up, but like that's a fucking steep rejection back to the middle of the range. Yeah, this is where the 4 hour, we're at the same price where the 4 hour candle started off. Look at that, the 4 hours doji. I'm still here. I'm still here for maybe this hour, maybe till 11. Definitely not past 11. So candles telling different stories here. They did close bearish and back in a range. That's what's concerning, right? So this candle doesn't necessarily have to drive up the other way if there's no bottom wick. What it can do is close bullish, weak bullish, and could create a bottom wick like it's doing here now. Now you have a bottom wick, so you have some range to come down, right? If you don't really close too strong bullish, the candle after this one can come down. Even this one can come down just in a few 5-minute candles. So it's just a strong rejection heavy on right away the other way. Can't hear me? Oh, sorry. Can you hear me now? So I started talking and blocked the mic. I said I was talking about these closures, no bottom wicks indicating no more range, leg candle on the hourly, right? But it's still closed bearish, and even though there's no range right now, you can wait for this current candle to create that bottom wick, which it just did. It pulled back up, so it has, there's some wick to fill here. It has some range to come down, and with momentum, it can come down even further. So it doesn't mean it's going to come back up. It's kind of, again, telling two different stories, 4 hour is still bullish. You can still ride up here, right? Overall price is bullish and you closed with no range to go down, but you can create this range on this next candle, and that was a strong rejection back in range on every other time frame, even though there's no bottom wick. So it's, yeah, it's, once again, if it's not like a 80-20, it's 50-50. A nice strong push down at the end there. But just like it's coming down right now, we can flip bullish and start filling the wick because the previous candle had no bottom wick. There we go. There's the bullish flip. That's what we were just talking about. No matter how much it drives down, it can just flip and re-break the highs because there was no range on the previous candle. You know, this is exactly what we just spoke about. Concept becomes easier to learn, right? When you see it in practice, live in front of you. Oh man, oh man, oh man, oh man. That was really not a pretty closure on the hourly there. It was just ugly. Ooh, people at the door. Come on in. 26.3K subs. Great. We gained 100 subs in 2 months. Psh. Don't even remind me. Psh. Two hour. Ooh, yeah, the 2 hour looked good, but it looked good a minute ago too when it flipped and it came back up and reflipped bullish. I just don't like the smaller time frames not having any bottom wicks. I'll get some closures that have these bottom wicks, and then we'll fall in line with the 2 hour. Yeah, we went from getting like 2,000 subs every couple of weeks, or like 1,000 subs a week, to 100 subs in 2 months. Did you get the psh from Ed? Yeah, Ed Bassmaster. I like that guy. He's funny. That's just my favorite character that he does. He does a lot of characters, but that's my favorite. He does the, would you just look at it? Just look at it. Would you just look at it? Just touch it. So weird. But the psh guy is my favorite. Yay, the 2 hour. Two hour looks great to come down right now. The rebreak out of lows. How much room is there here? But that 1 hour looks like shit. Gonna call it? Not yet. Not yet, then. It's probably by 11. I got here late today too. I got here like 8:30. Cause I had to do ponytails with butterflies and bows on them today. YouTube, baby, YouTube. Got number 3 coming any day now. That's crazy. Join the Rare Breed Club. Congrats. Stream record? Stream record is correct. We had no positions today. bar ain't that pretty now. All these wicks. No trade that. It's cool though. Watch some Sports Center. I'm watching Stephen A. Smith talk about Jerry Jones. That's what I'm watching. Oh, you gonna call? I just probably not gonna be here past 11. I'll be here for this hour. I want to see if we actually move somewhere, anywhere. Should fill half the wick to the upside. Well, it could fill it to the levels where these candles previously are, where price has filled it before, right? So it can come up 27.40. It can fill the whole wick 27.42 and break it. It's not where my edge is. Later up. Same range, same price we were at when we started the stream. Alright, pushing back up. That 2 hour looked like it was going to drive down a minute ago. Chat, who's ready to witness history? Come on. Who's excited? You can tell your kids where you were when gold broke 27.42. Oh my God. I don't know why I only rolled 1J this morning. That seems to be the only mistake I've made so far. Shit is getting weird. Reversal in the worst way. I feel you, but I need to lock in for this 30 closure. Might not even be a 30 closure. We might start breaking highs. If we start breaking highs, we might have buy stops. How far away are we? We're about 25 pips away. Let's see. Let's see what 30 does. Sorry, you guys hear my nose breathing. Alright, chat, let's set a buy stop right here. I'm going to account for a couple of pips of spread, even though my see, volume coming in, my spread is jumping, but I'm accounting for roughly 2 pips of spread. What you really want to do is make sure that the price itself actually breaks, don't just get wicked in with spread. All right, so I have a buy stop here on the break of the highs. Created the highs. We had that 15 closure above the range. It came back down. Remember I said come down to here, come down to here. As long as it finds a support, then we'll set the buy stop on a rebreak of the highs. My buy stop 42.2. You also want this 30, like that's why I wanted to push now, not in 5 minutes, because at that point I know that this 30 will close above. We start breaking these highs, 5 minutes to go, highly likely we close above. Push now. Don't wait. Push now. Excuse me. The orange folder was good for the dollar, so bad for gold. F5 had a chance to close up above. Also came back, closed in range. I don't know. But no bottom wick. This would be a rebreak of the 4-hour high and a break of the previous 1-hour high. And a break of the all-time high. We want the break of highs and we want it now. Got you sick? Yeah, I'd be nauseous too with all of this up and down sideways. What's that time again? Yep, time to flip. The tape and the price. This is nice if the 5 flips and comes up above because it's just grabbed even more orders, given a bottom wick. Let's see, let's see, let's see. Bullish 15, bullish 30, bullish 1 hour, bullish 4 hour. Let me get out of the cells before we go to all time. I got nothing to do with it. Feels like Asian said there's been a lot of good discussion today. It's been a pretty good session. All things considered, you know, still been a pretty decent session. Could be too, always. This candle is 30 respected. If we break the previous 30 low though, we'll close out this buy stop. If we don't get a trade in, this will be probably the first time in months that we had a session with no trade. I think it's been months since a no trade New York session. If you think it will make new all-time highs, why not buy the low? Because I don't think it'll make new all-time highs. I'm saying on the off chance that it does break these highs, it should push. But it needs to do that first, right? It needs to ride up for me to actually even lock in. If it doesn't do that, it's not my position because I'm not expecting it. We're below resistance right now. I learned not to expect anything from this unless I'm trading my plan. Then there's a workflow of things that, you know, that typically happen. Let's see. Let's see. No, my buy stops are still there. No, I have buy stops there. I said I'm not expecting it a ride up. I'm saying on the off chance that it does, if it breaks the highs, then I'll have a position. But I don't have an expectation of up and down because it might just come down and no harm, no foul. We'll close out the buy stops. Jimmy said you can, I don't know what the fuck a Jimmy is. But until I say something about what I'm doing, you shouldn't be listening. Yeah, Nick's dog's been the most entertaining thing on stream. About to be famous. Oh, he's on your shoulder like a little pirate dog. Traders of the Caribbean. Yeah, not for nothing. That's a cute ass dog. You think Knicks will be better with cat? Yeah, I think so. Crazy. Ranging but still created all-time highs. That's gold. That's gold, baby. Yeah, I like DiVincenzo. I wish they got that trade done without getting rid of him, but there was nobody else. It would have probably, like, Brunson's not going. You just got Bridges. I'm pumped for the Rockets. I think we finally get back to the playoffs. Yeah. Enjoy the first round. Honestly, like, the Knicks are one injury away from not making the playoffs too, so. The Knicks can go either way. They can either get a top 2 finish this year in the East, or if Tibbs runs the starting lineup into the ground again, they might not even make the playoffs. This experiment could go really good or really bad. I don't think they're going to be a mediocre team. I think if they're fully healthy, they're going to be top of the league. Looks like buyers will get another push. I don't know. Right now, I don't know. Do I want to be in it in the last 15 of this hourly? Do I want to wait for this hourly to close? We'll see. We'll see how it starts coming up here. Most boring price action of the year. Yeah, it has not been pretty in this range. I might get a heavy push down. Just looking based on this, right? No push. We'll see. Not you, dog. Oh, don't disown him like that. The dog's over there all crying in the corner now. Not my dog. I thought we was best friends. I'm a man's best friend. Push down happened quick yesterday. I don't know. I don't know. Let's see how the 15 closes. Oh, the disrespect. The disrespect here. 15 minutes for this 1 hour candle. Will this be the push? So the 15 closed above, but didn't close above the most recent, right? Close above this. No bottom wick on this. Yeah, buy stop's still there. It's really based on the higher time frame. It closed above here on the broker. The broker closed above that most recent area. $30 broke previous 30 highs. 1 hour at that point would break the previous 1 hour highs. The 4 hour would break its own high. The 2 hour will close bullish here on in 13 minutes too. It all makes sense. Getting close, getting close. Stops at that point. Come on. $10 minutes for this hourly. Just wondering if this hourly closes with no top wick, right? But 10 minutes is a lot of time. Flip bearish for a second. Drive back in range, right? Five closed above. Oh no, it didn't. Closed above this level, yeah, but not the overall. Nine minutes. We're also going to want a bottom wick on the next hourly. So let's see if this can push, or will it come back down in range? No, my buy stops are still there. Like I said, based off the 1 hour and the 4 hour, but the 1 hour might not leave a top wick, so I'm going to be really active here in the next 8 minutes if we do activate. Because then if we close with no top wick, I'll get rid of it. Alright, I'll let you know if we get activated. Once we get activated, getting really close here. Looks like some volume. Filled the wick. I'll tell you once it's in. Once I'm in. Once it's in. It's really based on the 4 hour rebreak of the highs here with the higher time frame. Yeah, it sucks. I think with volume, it should have driven straight through. But we're about to be activated. It just broke the highs. It's almost at our price point. And oh no, I'm still not in. There we go. Now we're in. So just got activated. Looking for this hourly and the 4 hour to push. There's a few minutes left on this hourly, so be wary of the closures. But the 4 hour rebroke the high, so I'm looking for a push after we've grabbed orders and come back down already. Position. resistance here, got some buys right there. I got about 9 pips here, waiting for one more push maybe to close partials. One more rebreak of the highs, I'll look to close partials. Can we get there? It slipped me by a bit, not too much, maybe by about 3 pips. Tap the resistance here so you could tell. Rebreak of the highs, I'll go break even once it rebreaks its own high. Hasn't done so yet. It's 4 minutes to go in the hourly. I was looking for one more rebreak of the highs, but it might come down and give you that wick. Yeah, I saw about 9 pips. That's about it. Now that it didn't break that high. You know what I'm gonna do? Once I might close full once we re-break the high because of the next hourly candle. What are we doing here? 1 minute, creating a top wick. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna go break even here. I'm gonna put no risk on the table. I'm up about 7 pips. If it comes back, great. If it doesn't, great. Modify. So yeah, I'm running about 7 pips in profit, and I put my stops to be E. There's no risk on the table. If it just drives through, great. If it doesn't, I mean, this is pretty late in the session. I'm gonna have no risk on it. Let's see if it can pop. I don't want to push down right before the hourly closure, and then next hourly, there, break even hit. Break even hit. I don't want to close back in range right before the hourly closure. There's 2 minutes here. I didn't get 10 pips. I saw 9. I didn't close. I was looking for a re-break of the high. It didn't give us. Might do it now, but I want, now that you have 2 minutes to the hourly closure, as long as we don't pull back, below range, we can look for bottom wick and buys. It attempted to break that high a few times. Look, go to the 1 minute. It went 1, 2, 3. So I said, all right, if it doesn't break here, I'm going break even. And that's what happened right now. We got 1 minute for this 1 hour to close, and you don't want this 15 closing back in range. 2 pips done for the day. No, I closed nothing. We waited all day to get something and to be able to manage risk, to have an opportunity to manage risk. Two pips for 3 fucking hours. I was just gonna call it a session with no trade, but then I saw us re-breaking the highs. can't approach things like that, right? Because then you get married to your positions because you want more pips, and sometimes that won't work out. Yeah, if this happens at 9:30, or if you have like a catalyst, right? If you have some red folders that bring in volume, I think we drive. Maybe it's just waiting for Thursday. The hourly's closing here in 20 seconds. So if we stayed in there, we'd be below our activation price. So there's a chance this comes straight down and doesn't come back up. That's a possibility. But if it comes down and flips, I think we would be in it. If it fills the wick right now, we'll probably call it. This wick. This is ugly. Yeah, this is where our entry was, right here. This is where we entered. Fed top wick. Maybe it comes up, maybe it doesn't, but it's not my position here. My position was on that initial rebreak or on a pullback to fill this wick. But there's no pullback, it's just driving straight up. So you don't have the advantage point of this wick anymore, right? So if it starts breaking highs, I'm not in there. Been holding buys for a week. Don't let them go. Hold them till New Year's or something after the election. Let's call it new day tomorrow. Yeah, I'm gonna call it here. If I see something else, maybe in the next half hour, signal channel, hey, look out for something there. But I'm gonna need a closure. This is gonna have to drive, and the 30 is gonna have to pull back and leave a nice top wick. GG's. What else? What else? What else? What else we got? Signals only got one closure. All positions closed. So signals channel stayed in with the second closure. I think they might have made 10 pips. Yeah, chat, I'm gonna call it a session here. Just one BE trade. Let's update that. Let's throw that in the record. BE number 92. Been a long, dragging, frigging session through all of this. The fuck. Anyway, tomorrow, same time, same place. Correct. I only saw one closure on the signals. W. I just looked at the signals. I'm like, wait a minute. Only one position at break even, and right now it's up 10 pips. So if you close the second one, you guys are winners in the signal channel. Wait. And it did that because, like, I didn't close it automatically. It was just the manual close, right? The price hit it, so it, you know, it was probably too fast for the signal bot to read. When am I coming to New York? There's nothing waiting for me there. I don't miss the buildings, and I have no more family or friends there. Well, a few, select few. So I don't know. Nothing's pulling me to New York. Unless you got some. What's the deal? Anyway, gang. Let's call it a session. Oh, I'm back to BE. It goes for you. I'll be back on tomorrow, 8 a.m. Same time, same place. Oh, Green's in New York. You're right. Yeah, but you're in Westchester. That's not New York. Or are you? You're like somewhere upstate. Or like, where are you? Hunter? I don't remember where you are. You're in Rockland. You're gonna have to pick me up from JFK, bruh. Man said Hunter. I don't know, Buffalo? We go. Chat, thank you for spending these lovely 3 hours with me. Love and wisdom to you all. Thank you, Wix, for the streams and lessons. Yeah, today, I think it was a pretty good stream in general. Like, we had some pretty good discussions. We just took a long time to see any kind of movement. Right? So, still W. Still value here. Mods, thank you for having me on the stream. Zoom gang, I will see you guys in the clubhouse side. Later, Nick. Yep, see you guys. Later, Kenny. Yep. Where's Javier? Caviar wasn't here today. I'm gonna show up to his stream today. Tell him I took attendance. Didn't see him raise his hand. Yeah, I'm out, gang. You already know the deal. As for me, my time here is up. Let's rewind our outro since it just played. And just like that, another New York session is in the books. See you guys tomorrow.